a very warm welcome to the Economic Times Business Verticals presents ET Studios India AI Dialogue, brought to you by Kyndryl. I'm your host Divina Lasson, bringing you all the exclusive coverage from the India AI Impact Summit 2026. Now, across global manufacturing and packaging, AI is rapidly moving from shop to floor to the boardroom, driving smarter operations and resilient supply chains. So joining us to decode this transformation is Vipin Kumar, Global CIO of Uflex Group. Right, sir, very warm welcome to ET Studios. Thank you for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Yes, wonderful. You know, we're really looking to deep dive into AI. Of course, we're here at the India AI Impact Summit, and we're looking to deep dive into some of your perspectives on how AI is impacting the nation really on truly a global scale. To get started, I mean, what would you say it would take from a governance perspective, from an India policy perspective, to really get AI into the front seat, right? We're looking at AI being a transformative technology across industries, across sectors, but what will it really take to make sure that that enforcement on such a wide scale happens?
See, if you look at AI is now the buzzword, and right from the organizations to the government, we're all talking about AI. And the point is, industry has been experimenting with AI for a while, and that experiment is now reaching a point where we're talking about AI at scale, and so is the government, because AI is the future. I mean, let's take it, irrespective of where it stands today. AI is the future. Now, there are certain risks which are involved, in AI. One, of course, is the data. From where do you get the relevant data, and how do you handle the databases?
Yes.
So I think a governance structure has to be built in very, very importantly within the organizations. And if I talk about a national level AI, there has got to be regulatory pressures coming in.
Yes.
There has to be clear-cut guidelines which the government must have on the adoption of AI, because AI is a twin-edged sword, if I may say that. It cut both ways. If it is used properly with a proper governance structure, proper objectives, proper data sets, yes, it will solve multiple problems for society, for organizations, for people. But if the same thing is done without governance, it has an equal problem of creating some serious disruptions, not to the lacking of people or the governments or the enterprises.
Absolutely. Let's deep dive into this a little bit. What are some of the ways in which there can really be an misuse or abuse when it comes to AI for industry, for enterprises, and what are some of the corrective measures that they can take?
So I think the most important is that AI number one has to be an organization-driven project.
Yes.
Where there has to be multiple stakeholders involved. And if I talk about AI, the starting point, of course, has to be data. So once you have the clean set of data, it's also equally important to that we must build in a governance layer about it.
Yes.
If the governance layer is not there, we will never be able to understand the biases which are present in data, and the training of the model will get wrong, and we will only get hallucinations outside. So I think the most important thing is how do you regulate this AI within the organization.
Yeah.
Governance structure definitely is one, and second is that the objective what you achieve out of your projects should also be clear. It should not only be a little bit of experimentation. Once you have larger objectives, then it becomes an organizational back project.
Yes.
And once it becomes an organizational back project, there are a lot many people who are involved into this. And when there are a lot many people involved into this, trying to achieve a common objective, then these governance models they automatically evolve.
Yeah.
And any kind of biases which people may like to build in, they are taken care of.
Yeah.
And if I talk on the national level, I think the government is taking steps now. We already have this DPDP Act coming in, and I'm sure as the AI adoption on a national level becomes higher and higher, we are talking about a sovereign AI now, and we will see a lot of governance models being introduced by the government also.
Yes.
You will also see a lot of regulatory things like coming from the government. Going forward, it's the world is to be driven by the AI. That's what we believe.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that note, here we are at the India AI Impact Summit 26. It's really the first of its kind we are seeing here in India. How important do you think these kinds of summits are, and what will it take to really put India on a global scale, put India on the roadmap globally when it comes to contribution to the AI infrastructure?
No, I think I must first of all congratulate the government of India. See, if you look at the conventional technologies, West has an overwhelming lead over everybody else.
Yes.
But if you look at the new age technologies like an AI, I think this is a trigger point which places countries like India right on par with the West. These are points where we can actually take the lead over the West. We have a large repertoire of intellectuals. The intellectual wealth which we have in India far exceeds the one which is available in any other country.
Yes.
And once we have that entire ecosystem of an AI, whether it is your infrastructure backbone, your regulatory things, your skill sets, I think this is where India's leapfrog will come
Yes.
in the world.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm very, very positive, and I think a summit like this, it exposes, even people who are not aware of what AI is or what technology is. Once they also see that, the beauty about AI is that it is not only for professionals,
Yeah.
it is impacting the end users.
Yes,
So the end user is viewing AI from his angle. What is in store for me? Like people here I saw were trying to find the next generation store. How will I shop in the future?
Yeah.
So this is opening the mindset of people.
Yes.
And once the mindset of people is opened up, a demand is generated.
Yes.
When the demand is generated, it is the industry which comes in to fulfill the demand. And that is where the growth trajectory happens.
Yes.
So I think a summit like this actually is extremely important. And the other point is when you have a summit like this with so many global leaders coming in, it gives India that particular edge to play a leading role in creating those regulatory drafts, in creating policies for adoption, in creating its own models which are specific to needs of nations.
Yeah.
So I think this is something which the government has done really good, and they should keep on organizing these kind of summits. As it opens up, a lot of opportunity for a lot of people to interact together and throw up new ideas.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful. And before we wrap up this segment, what according to you is kind of the roadmap that you foresee for India collectively, let's say over the next decade, to again really make a big mark on a global scale in the AI journey?
See, if you look at India, our geography, our population is simply too big. So our problems are also too big. India, if you look at that, it's a data warehouse. I mean, we have huge data available everywhere in this. How much of that data are we leveraging to benefit our people? That's still an activity I think the government has started, but in that very nascent stage. So going forward, I actually believe that the evolution of AI will have an impact not only on the governance, but also on the life of an ordinary citizen,
Yes.
possibly residing in the remotest of places. That is where he will interact with the ecosystem of governance, ecosystem of other things. So this interaction, this focus, this policy making, which will incorporate exactly what is the need of the system,
Yes.
and then creating a policy based on that. AI is going to play a major role into that.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Wonderful. So thank you so much for being here on ET Studio. Such a pleasure to talk to you today and understand all these deep insights.
It's
Thank
my
you for
pleasure as
joining.
well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, on that note, that's all we have for you in this episode, and it's evident that AI-led digital transformation in industry is no longer optional, it's a competitive necessity. Do stay tuned to the Economic Times Business Verticals presents ET Studios India AI Dialogue, brought to you by Kyndryl for many more in-depth conversations from industry stalwarts. Until next time, from the entire team, many thanks for watching.